Greetings, Lucky Legends. Welcome to the dojo. My name is Lucky. This is Lucky Lad TV. I'm your host of this video, and it's time for our Week 4 OBC battle against Johnny and the Oregon Duckletts. Now, Johnny has a pretty crazy team, to be perfectly honest with you guys. He has Heatran, Tornadus, Mega Diancie, Salamence, Donphan, Mienshao, Slowking, Electros, Cofagrigus, Weezing, Tangela, and Audino. A shit ton of bulk, a shit ton of offense, and very few weaknesses. The most weaknesses of any given type he has on his team is Ice. He has 3 Ice weaknesses and 1 double Ice weakness. That's the most significant one on his team. Tornadus, Donphan, and Tangela are weak to ice, and then Salamence is double weak to ice. That's the most significant the most significant weakness on his team. There are certain types I don't even think he has weaknesses to. He only has 1 ground weakness and then 1 double ground weakness, but he's got plenty of ground immunities. He has Tornadus, he has Salamence, he has Electros, and Weezing. He has 4 ground immunities. 4 things that are off the ground. So Spikes and Toxic Spikes, not going to do much for me this match. In addition to that, he does have Mega Diancie, which has Magic Bounce. So getting up hazards is not necessarily going to be easy. And the only hazards that really help us are Stealth Rock. As for the team that I brought like crazy offense, basically. His team has a lot of bulk, obviously, but it doesn't have the most speed, and it doesn't have a lot of switch-ins to mixed attackers. You see, most of his really bulky mons have similar and or common weaknesses. For example, Audino, Tangela, Weezing, Cofagrigus, Slowking, Donphan, and Heatran all take a lot of damage from one of Starmie's attacks. Between Flash Cannon, Hydro Pump, Psychic, and Ice Beam, we damage or do a lot of damage to pretty much anything on his team. The reason we have that type of coverage is for, if we can get rid of any choice Scarf Mons on his team, and if we can get rid of Tornadus, we do outspeed his entire team. His fastest Pokemon is Tornadus. Next, under that, is Mega Diancie, and then below that is Mienshao. So, if we can get rid of Mega Diancie and Tornadus, we will outspeed his entire team, barring any potential choice Scarfers. And with the Expert Belt, we just deal out crazy damage to pretty much anything that he has. Psychic takes care of Weezing. Ice Beam takes care of Salamence. Hydro Pump takes care of the Heatran. Flash Cannon takes care of Mega Diancie. We have good options. We have really, really, really good options. As for switching in on certain Pokemon, we don't have the best of that either. Salamence matches up very well against our team. Our best switch-in is Aromatisse, but Salamence gets Iron Tail, which is a really big problem. We also have Landorus, but we have Landorus and Mega Venusaur as well. However, Salamence can kind of use us as setup fodder if it wants to. Especially Venusaur, if he has Substitute, he can easily use us as setup fodder. Granted, we do have HP Ice if we want to, but still. And Landorus, of course, does have Rock Slide, or we could run HP Ice if we want to, but we're naturally slower than Salamence, and Salamence already hits incredibly hard. Not to mention, if it runs Draco Meteor with a Life Orb, it will still do a crazy amount of damage to us. So we don't really have the best answers for it, but my plan... I have a few different plans. For one thing, we have Binary, our Registeel right here. Now, Registeel is just max speed def, max HP, Curse, Ironhead, Stealth Rock, Thunderwave. Thunderwave is to slow down the things on his team. Donphan, Electros, and Mega Diancie. I cannot Thunderwave those. Anything else can be Thunderwaved. And Curse boosts up my physical defense and my attack. So between Curse and Thunderwave and Ironhead, I can 1v1 a lot of things on his team. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. I really wish that we could put Rest on here, but I need Stealth Rock to break potential Focus Sashes on stuff like Mienshao. I need it to break Donphan's Sturdy. That's really important. And to wear down the Salamence so that it can't just switch in over and over again. Same thing with Tornadus, because Tornadus gains 33% of its HP every time it switches out. If I can take 25% every time it switches in, that's going to be a huge help. But that's just what we got going on here. Next up we have Scorpion. Scorpion is a very interesting set, as I'm sure you can already see. Earthquake, Close Combat, U-Turn, Will-O-Wisp. He has one fire weakness on his entire team, and then he has a bunch of resistances and an immunity. Running a fire type move is absolutely pointless, unless it is of course a status move, like Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is to burn stuff. The reason we have 76 EVs in defense and a Sugar Berry is because at full, we take a Choice Scarf Outrage or a Choice Scarf Earthquake from Salamence, and then we can burn it. I know, sounds like a great plan. And the 180 EVs into attack, I just dumped the rest into attack. I maxed out our speeds to make sure that we outspeed stuff like Mienshao. Other than that, it's just max speed. That's really all. That's really the entirety of why we have max speed, is to make sure that we outspeed stuff like Mienshao. I could have knocked a little bit of speed down to gain a little bit more attack, but I don't really care. I really don't. Earthquake destroys the Heatran, so does Close Combat, but Earthquake does more and doesn't lower our defenses, which is nice. I'm expecting Balloon Tran. What I'm kind of expecting from him is Scarf Ments, because it pretty much 6-0s our draft. I don't know if he'll bring Mega Diancie. It doesn't match up that well against our team, especially since we have Mega Venusaur. Tornadus Therian, 100% I expect him to bring. Heatran on a balloon, like I said. Choice Scarf Salamence. Donphan, probably. Slowking could easily come. That's kind of what I'm predicting. Heatran, Tornti, Salamence, Donphan, Slowking, and the last mon is kind of up in the air, but I'm really thinking those 5 are going to come. Which is kind of why we have King, our substitute Dragon Dance, Dragon Fang, Tyrantrum. We can't really set up against that much. We can set up against Autono, Tangela, Weezing, Cofagrigus, probably Electros, and that's it. Maybe Tornadus if he's not running like Superpower. Or if he's not Life Orb. If he's Life Orb, I'm pretty sure Hurricane will break our sub. But sub DD Dragonclaw Earthquake, with that coverage, we can, take down his entire team. Dragonclaw obviously being the spammable move of choice. However, that does not hurt Mega Diancie. It does not hurt Heatran, which is why we have Earthquake. Earthquake is super effective against both of those. If we are able to get off the sweep, Tyrantrum will officially be a god. Next, we have Mother Nature, our Mega Venusaur. We have 100 EVs in speed to make sure that we do outspeed a max speed Jolly Donphan. It hits 112 speed. So I just wanted to make sure that I outspeed that in case he brings, like a max speed, max attack Donphan with Rock Polish. It's MV brought it. It works. It worked for him. I mean, Johnny could bring it too. So I'm making sure that we outspeed Donphan just in case. Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Synthesis, very standard. Knockoff is for Tangela. We 1v1 Tangela very easily. It can't put us to sleep. It cannot Leech Seed us. It can try and Synthesis stall us, but if we knock off its Eviolite, we easily 2-hit KO it, so it can't Synthesis stall us or anything like that. Knockoff is also just a nice thing to have. And our last Mon is our good friend Grimace. And I know, another really weird EV spread. Grimace is EV'd to outspeed, I believe, and I'm just double checking my opponent's team. It should be outspeed, or EV to outspeed a max speed Jolly/Timid Heatran. Now I'm going to double check, because I don't want to give you guys wrong information, but I'm virtually certain that is what I EV'd him to outspeed. Ingrish. Yeah, it's looking like that's what it was. Yeah. Heatran maxes out at 141. We have 142 speed. That is what we are EV'd to outspeed. I dumped everything else into special attack. Literally modest max special attack. And then I put, make sure I have an odd amount of HP. And then I dumped the rest into defense and then a tiny bit in Spadef because I wanted to make sure that I maximize the use of my EVs. Will-O-Wisp is to burn stuff. We can burn some of the slower things on his team and start wearing them down. Will-O-Wisp Hex does a lot of damage. 115 special attack is nothing to, ignore. Giga Drain is for the Donphan. The reason I have the Culver Berry is so that we can 1v1 Donphan in case that happens, because we can survive a knockoff from Donphan and burn it with Will-O-Wisp. Then we can either Giga Drain or Hex it, depending on how much damage I need to do. Hex does do more. However, if he's already pretty low and I want to gain some HP back, I will go for Giga Drain. Giga Drain also hits the Diancie, I guess. It hits, it's the only other thing that it really hits that Hex doesn't hit. Hex doesn't hit Autono, but we can't really do much to Autono anyway. We can burn it and then Giga Drain it, which isn't really going to do much. Destiny Bond is, there's like a last-ditch effort. Like, if he has Heatran, and I no longer have something to beat Heatran, we can Destiny Bond it, because we are guaranteed to be faster than it. Same thing goes for, like, the Donphan, or maybe the Slowking. Maybe he gets Nasty Plots up with Slowking. I can Destiny Bond that. Destiny Bond is there to, last-ditch effort type of thing, like I said. But that is going to be our team. It's going to be a fun match. We have no switches. But that's going to be it. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. It's very much greatly appreciated. But with that, I'm going to get about. Best of luck out there. I will see you all soon. Goodbye.